What's up, Rad Potential YouTube follower people? We're out here on the bike jumps. I am here by myself, but it's a beautiful evening. It's pretty dry yet. Got the dirt jumper. I'm just gonna ride the little line, do some little pump stuff, and then we're working on the SC. So, enjoy the video. We're back in here. Just did some bike riding. So, made some progress since the last time you've seen it. We've got the fenders taped off because I started getting them dirty. I got the cowl all removed. I'm going to repaint this black and redo the top of the firewall white. Well, let's see what else. We've got everything in here is pressure washed and cleaned out. Ready to kind of paint up around the transmission tunnel a little bit. Also, I'm going to try to paint as much of this stuff back here as I can tonight. All this will get prepped for paint. This will get prepped for paint. I've got a bunch of parts that came in, so we'll be doing some motor mock-up in this one as well. So, gold tape so we can be hot boy. Looking fresh. Oil drain line, oil feed line, some blue vacuum line because silicone line's really nice. Sandwich plate for the oil feed and oil pressure. We've got turbo fittings and stuff. These are just cheap ones. Hopefully they do alright. Got a stainless steel oil drain for the oil pan. Some AN fittings. Feed fitting for the oil feed. Other stuff. Other random stuff. New exhaust gasket. So, a little bit of things to install. We're going to be running stock turbo, just from a Series 4. So that'll go on. I'm going to have to modify some of the oil feed stuff. I still need to pick up a water pump because I'm switching to a Series 4 water pump housing, which is somewhere down there, looking fresh. I've decided that I'm going to paint my intake manifolds black. So, which means that, where are they even sitting? Oh, I got them up here. So, lower intake's going to be black, upper intake's going to be black up until the throttle body. I'm not painting the throttle body because it can be silver. And then I'm going to get a different neck, boost inlet thing, whatever you want to call it, right there. So, one thing you can do, since the throttle bodies are the same, I'm actually going to run an NA elbow. It's plastic. 10 pounds of boost, shouldn't have any issues. So, I'm going to be doing that, which should be fun. So, begin engine bay prep. Yo! Made some progress. Whoop-ah! So, everything that I want to be white is white, except some things that I got some overspray on I got to clean up. So, my wires and stuff, I just got to wipe those back off. A little bit of overspray on them. Same stuff in here. Back in there, I did my best to get everything you can see. Moving wires around, painting around stuff. I had rags sitting on everything instead of taping it all off just so I could move everything around. Same with up in here, but then again you won't really be able to see it that good. So I'm just going to clean up all the black stuff, repaint the booster, and it should look sick. So, boom, making progress. I'm going to let all this dry, throw another coat on it. Now I'm going to start dressing up this motor. Boom. Boom. So, bay's good. Working on this. So I got the turbo mocked up. I've got this drain line. The feed line has a little flat plate on it with an AN fitting. Now, this is my issue. Slight problem. So, I wanted to run either this on the oil drain, or I have, where the heck did it go? Probably in my box of junk. Gosh dang it. Where did I put that? Alright, well, I can't find it right now, but anyways, so I had one of these that was threaded for I think 1/2 inch MPT or something like that, and I could put a -8 AN fitting in that would fit this right here, so I could thread that on the bottom of the turbo. However, on this stock turbo, there's not enough room in here to fit that, or to even fit the little barb fitting, because if I put the barb on, the rubber hose is too close to the exhaust for my liking. So what you see here, this metal line is actually the stock Turbo 2 oil drain. It would have bolted into this spot right here on the front cover. Now this one is a S5NA front cover, so it's got the port for it. You just drill this out, thread those, and you can put the little, they have an extension piece that comes out, and then this line would just attach that. So what I did is I took the stock line, I cut it, I'm going to put this rubber like fancy heat resistant hose on it, and I'm going to tap it in right here to the oil pan basically. So right in there I think is where I'm going to hit it. I'm going to have to like hammer this flat pretty good. And then what I have for the oil pan is this stainless steel like smash style AN fitting, and basically I'll drill a hole through the oil pan, and then that fitting will let me get it out of the bag for you. This fitting will basically thread through the oil pan. So fitting, oil pan, nut, and the other fitting that has little rubber washers, O-rings in here to seal it up, and then I'll be able to plumb my oil drain. Y'all, it's another day. Doing some work like usual. Ran into an issue. So for those doing NAT or whatever, you got to figure this out. Series 5, and I think it's all NA ones, but someone can correct me if I'm wrong, do not have a hole in the housing to feed coolant through the intake to cool the turbo. So if you notice right here, this line connects to the intake right here, has a passageway down to the housing that pulls coolant from the coolant jacket to circulate it through the turbo, and then it goes back into the water pump. So on the water pump, there's this nice little, right here, this nipple that I'll just slide this on here real quick so you can kind of see it. So basically, this nipple here connects with this one. This comes out of the turbo. This one goes to the intake, which goes into the main coolant jacket of the engine. So what I'll show you is, and this is what you can do, or I didn't do it because I wasn't pulling my motor apart. So on this GSLC engine, this port right here that's sealed up, there's coolant on the other side of it. So basically the main coolant that runs through the engine is in here, and then this port would go through. Now if you've ever heard of somebody doing a semi-peripheral port, semi-peripheral port means they drill that hole out straight all the way through into the housing, into the combustion chamber, into here, drill a hole through there, put a sleeve in it, and then they have an intake manifold that fits that. And basically what that does is it gives some more air, kind of like bridge porting and stuff. Oh, hey look, this is what it should look like. The hole goes through to there. So my engine doesn't have that. Now, what you can do, and what I'm going to do, is on the back iron there's a coolant port right here. It would have went up to the intake manifold, the throttle body, like I had mentioned earlier, to do some stuff with the thermal wax. So this port and the peripheral port hole share the same coolant jacket area. So I'm just going to take this port here, run a rubber line over, cut this hard line, and just run a rubber line from there to there. Should have the same coolant pressure, it shouldn't throw anything off, and water should still circulate through the turbo, therefore keeping it cool. So, making that line. Alright y'all, a couple minutes have passed. This is what we came up with. So this is actually the coolant line that would go from this port back here originally up to the throttle body, and I just flipped it backwards and used it. It seemed to be bent pretty good to fit. It doesn't have any kinks or anything in it, sitting like that. And I'll probably put some heat shielding or something on this line here just because it's close to the turbo. Don't want to melt it.
I'm good.
That hurt. Woo. Gonna leave a bruise.
What's up, y'all? So, as you just saw, Charles, Johnny, and them came over, so I did some riding. Well, I ended up crashing pretty good, and I hurt my shoulder, and it's really bruised up, and it's hard for me to do stuff now, which is a sad day, so I'm going to have to take like a few days of recovery here, make sure my shoulder is good before I really make it mad. It's just bruised up. I can still move it. It's just hard with the pain. So, stopped by O'Reilly's on the way home from dinner. Got a brand new water pump for this thing. So, just getting everything mocked up here. This isn't the upper intake I'm going to use. I'm going to snag another one tomorrow from Charles. We're going to clean it and I'll paint it black. This is going to stay gray because it's not worth painting. I'll just soda blast it and make it look nice. Got to cut and weld one of these so I can do that. So my goal was to get this motor in tomorrow, which would be Sunday now. But I don't think that my shoulder's going to let me, so I'm just going to continue to sand, clean, assemble everything as much as I can outside the engine. Out here, like just light stuff so I don't tear my shoulder up more. And I'm still like able to go to work and stuff. So with that, I'm going to leave y'all off there. So you guys saw we got the turbo stuff fitted up. We got the manifolds fitted up. We got the engine bay all painted up nice. We've got new water pump, so everything's looking good to get the motor in. So I'll get the motor in this week. And hopefully next weekend we can get the car cranking and fired for the first time. I'll pick up a Power FC this week and we should be ready to roll. So, thanks for watching. Apologize for injuring myself, so not a lot of productivity happens, but it happens. At least we got it on video. And I will see y'all in the next video. Stay tuned, keep it rad. Like and subscribe if you want to see more content. And I'll keep doing more stuff. Rock on.